Everything Digital.
Hey guys, welcome to today's Everything Digital, the show where we bring you everything cool, everything hip, and yes, that's right, everything that's digital in your world today. And as always, I'm your host, your hostess with the mostest, Faith History Inside, and I will be your digital guide on this series. Now today, I want to talk about digital entrepreneurship, which is one of our favorite topics on this show. And to join me, she'll be joining me a little bit later on in the show, is the lovely Diamond Okoh, who is the founder for Hellofounder. All right, so she's the founder for Hellofounder. I love that already. So I want to find out more about what she does at Hellofounder. But let's talk about why we are doing this show about digital entrepreneurship. So on the web, I found this article about digital entrepreneurship, but let me just take it a little bit further back. Sometime back on the show, we had talked about African countries, right? We had explored a list of African countries that had the fastest internet, and Nigeria didn't even make top 10, like nothing. And then I found a new article, and this was on TechPoint, and that article was talking about different digital economies, and it was a digital economy report for 2019, right? And only 4 countries in the whole of Africa account for 60% of digital entrepreneurship across the continent. And they are, drum roll, please. Okay, Egypt, South Africa, Kenya. Did Nigeria make it? Did we make it? Yes, we did! In Nigeria. Thank you. So what does that mean for us? Well, we are one of the people that are really high up there in digital entrepreneurship. That means we are online, baby. We are online, and we're making money online, honey. And 6 other countries make up for the 20%, another 20%, and then the remaining 44 countries in Africa make up for 20% of digital entrepreneurship in Africa. So let's pat ourselves on the back, but let's not move too fast, because I tell you what. Some people are listening right now and they're like, what's digital entrepreneurship, Seth? Like, I'm just a business person and I have a social media handle. Is that digital entrepreneurship? I will tell you the definition. Digital entrepreneurship is simply a company or entrepreneurship based on emerging digital technologies, right? So you're using technology in your company. Your company is actually based on it. Like, the technology that you're using is not just we have a folder on a laptop and in this folder we're just doing the one thing. No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, like, that is the lifeblood of your business, and if that's the lifeblood of your business, if you fall into that realm, into that space, then yes, you are a digital entrepreneur. So examples of a digital entrepreneur: somebody who sells and creates podcasts for a living. Yeah, you could be a digital entrepreneur. In your mind, you'd be like, I'm just like recording on my laptop this podcast, and all the listeners are like in China, or like they're in the US, or they're Nigerians who are listening online. YouTubers, digital entrepreneurship. You're getting a check, but your business is primarily powered by digital technology. Ergo YouTube, or podcast platform. So and I say that on the entertainment and content creation level. Like, obviously there's so much more, and that's why Diamond's over here to come talk to us. So Diamond, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
Your hosting skills, mad.
Thank you, because we
so
put in all,
it's so good.
Levels have changed. We are not saying mad anymore. Mad
I'm
is
enjoying
old.
it.
Now
It's
it's
so
gonna be
good.
mad. Thank you. I
It's so
appreciate it.
good. I
I talk
love it.
really fast too. That sometimes it kind of makes people think like I'm smart. Talk really fast. People think you're very smart. I'm telling you. Try it for yourself. Anyway, so some of the, speaking of digital entrepreneurship, right? Some of the things that came up in the article was the fact that as much as we are on that list, there's still a lot of factors that are affecting us in Nigeria, right?
Yeah.
That are making us that are not making us as great as we could be.
Yeah.
Some of these factors include limited entrepreneurship knowledge, which is where you come in, a lack of a highly skilled workforce, and limited access to finance. All right, so some of those things are what are making us not as great as we could be. If we could solve those problems, I think more people would be digital entrepreneurs, more people would be entrepreneurs, And so what does digital entrepreneurship look like in 2020, Diamond? You're someone as a founder and as a founder of a company that helps other companies to grow. In your mind, these things that I've mentioned, again, the limited entrepreneurial knowledge, the fact that a lot of us just don't know how to run businesses, right? Like, I was raised by teachers. My parents were teachers. My father was a professor. My mom was a teacher. They weren't business people. It wasn't like, oh, sit down here, this is what we are selling in the family. Nothing. So, and a lot of people are like that. We just don't have the type of skills. Or your family was even, you're from a family of business people, but they don't really know how to do business in 2020. Maybe they knew how to do it back in the day, I had a job, but today they're not something, you understand? They're still doing it the old way. They're saying, bring the book, let us write in, and you're like, Mom, no, man, we need to be on Excel. Like, no, there's an app for that. So you tell me, can you relate?
What you're asking me is, can I relate to the challenges that we face as digital entrepreneurs?
That's right.
And the answer is yes. When you were listing out the challenges that you've put together, I'm like, we're on the same page, because I'm such a list person, and I had to list out some of the things that I find to be huge challenges, not just for myself, but for every other person that I know who's trying to build a business using the platform, the internet, technology, and all of that. And I'm just going to pick the points that I have. So talking about a lack of knowledge, it is such a big, huge challenge. If you look at the foreign space, right? If you go on YouTube, you could listen to someone like Steve Jobs or Emily Weiss, Morgan DeBorn, some of these women talk about
go
business.
To some of these, like Harvard Business School, like
Absolutely,
literally on YouTube.
But then when you come down here, for some reason, a lot of founders who have become successful give and I know that there are people who are not like this, but most people give very shallow information.
Very shallow. You're like, how did you do it? They're like,
I was persistent. And I'm like, I get that, but like, how did you do what's the process? And
do I need a COO? What do I need?
What were some of the key strategies? And they're like, I just had good skill. I figured it out. What did you figure out? It's like a process. People are either holding information. They don't really understand what it means to share knowledge, to be transparent about what got you to where they are. And that is such a huge challenge and it's a problem. Another thing is the poor investment landscape for startups here. So people are beginning to misunderstand investing in a startup as giving loans. And that's happening a lot. Someone
So you're
says,
saying that investing in a startup is not just giving loans?
For me, it's not just, if you're giving me a loan, some people might call it investment, but I'm looking at investment as the Y Combinator style of investment, where you're investing not just your money, but you're also investing your knowledge, guidance, and your goal is to get them and your goal is to get them to success so that you can make money off of their success in the form of equity, right? Or if they sell as a company, if their exit strategy is to sell, you make money from that. But here they're giving loans and expecting these founders who are still trying to figure this thing out to pay them back in a year or two, and with insane interest rates.
I had a guest come on the show, and Davis, and he said, look, the loans need to be patient.
Absolutely.
The loans need to be patient. In fact, when you go in and you ask for a loan, you say, is this loan patient or is it a hurry loan? Because if it's quick loan, we don't want.
Absolutely.
It has to be patient. 10 years or more, people. 10 years or more.
And you don't get that. For me, one of the things I imagine for Hellofounder, and I hope that I can work towards making that happen, is to invest in startups for equity, for exit. Not investing for quick gains. And it's high risk to do here. I understand that. But the truth is, if we want to see real growth in such a way that we're affecting the world globally for startups coming from Africa, not just Nigeria, we need to start thinking about investing in startups on that level.
long term.
Long term.
For exit, you said, and for
equity.
For equity. Okay, got it.
Another challenge that I find that we have is the challenge with internet, with data, and the challenge with electricity.
Okay.
As someone who I started out with just me, and it's still mostly just me, the cost of internet is insane.
Great.
Especially if you're not living in Lagos.
How much do you pay?
Currently, I do about 25.
Okay.
But then
right. I mean, 25. Yeah, I do about 35 because I have two. Well, in my head, I have two, but we actually only have one. But we're about to go to two, so we're gonna be 35 just to have a backup because if something happens to that one. One that you have. How many do you have?
I've got two. I've got my cell, MTN, and then you have SpectraNet.
Okay. MTN is our friend. We like them.
I like them too. But if you're running a business in the East, for example, it's a huge challenge. I've got people who spend in 4 to 5 and your business is not really making as much yet. So it's expensive. I hope to see more of this Smile and the rest of them expand. But there's that. And then there's the cost of electricity.
There's the growth of the infrastructure of the, we need the infrastructure, which I would say the internet would be infrastructure for us.
Yes. Right? And constant supply of electricity. It's sad that we're still here, but it's a huge challenge.
And imagine that we're number 4 with all these challenges. If we didn't have these challenges, we'd be number 1, baby.
Absolutely.
What?
I don't know why we're still struggling with this as a nation and as a continent.
And with all these smart people in Nigeria, all these rich people in Nigeria, like it's painful. Okay, so my next question to you. Okay, so you can relate, and how does your company, Hellofounder, how do you actually, how are you taking advantage of this? Let's go to a quick break. When we come back, I want you to answer that question. So we're going to go to a quick break, and then you'll tell me how you're taking advantage of the digital age. Guys, you're listening to Everything Digital, and we will be right back. And we're back, and I'm sitting here with the lovely Diamond Okoh. And let me tell you something, she is gorgeous. And if you are just listening to us on radio right now, you should go and just Google her. In fact, how do they find your Instagram?
Hellofounder.co.
Hellofounder.co. So go follow at Hellofounder.co, and you will get to see the lovely Diamond and her brand. Okay, so back to work, And for you who are watching us on the tube and on all the other tubes that exist, you can see her yourself. So, don't be trying to DM me, Shoutout. Are you single? Ready to mingle?
You know what?
Oh, she's like, we're not discussing. No, honey, let's focus on the work. I like that. Yeah. Okay, so how are you taking advantage of this digital age that we're in?
Okay. Before we go on, I just want to. I kept saying equity or exit. You could actually exit with equity or selling, like sell the company, or you go IPO. So that's it's the same thing for exiting.
Okay.
Okay.
Those are all exit strategies.
Yeah, it's all
right.
Yeah, so those are all exit strategies.
Equity, IPO, or just sell.
IPO or you sell.
Okay.
Okay. So back to the question, how am I taking advantage of it? So Hellofounder, basically one of the things that I do a lot is share my lessons, experience, all that knowledge as I try to build what I'm trying to build. So usually what we have here is somebody comes out one day, the company becomes successful, and you're interviewing them as to how they made it happen. But for me, it's sharing that process, the information from that process as I try to do it, and then trying to share what other people who are trying to do the same thing, what they're learning.
Right.
And
what
also
the results are.
What the results are. And also,
challenges.
Exactly. And then tapping into some other people who have gone ahead to build something really valuable. But currently I'm at the point where it's like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm trying to figure out. Because Hellofounder is not like a big, super successful company. It's a startup. And I'm just sharing what I'm learning as I try to.
Along.
Exactly.
Got it. And so because we're in the digital age, how are you able to use the learnings to affect other people or interest other people or help other people?
Okay, so currently we just created 2 things that we do, 2 angles of the business. There is Launchbox and there's the membership. Okay. So like I said, we help people launch businesses. I started my first business in 2016, and we were able to hit our first million within 6 months.
Nice.
We were able to get angel funding. We grew our team from 2 to 7 people. We did all of that, and then 2 years in, the business crashed, and I lost all of my savings and all of that to that experience. And
which happens a lot. More
a lot.
often than people think.
Absolutely.
By the way,
it was such a it was really, really painful. And during the time of my healing from that, I asked myself,
how did you heal without beating yourself up?
Oh, I did beat myself up.
Did you use stick or did you?
A lot. It was a lot
words or thoughts.
It was a lot of me going through the process of just, why did you make this mistake? What were you thinking? How did you lose all this money? You lost the funding. You lost your savings. Are you going to sell your car? How the hell are you going to survive? So I did beat myself up. And then during the time, I came across this book, Crushing It by Gary Vee. And I recommend everyone who wants to start.
I love Gary Vee.
Oh, he is good.
Minus his French. He speaks a lot of French, people. A lot of French.
I actually do love his French because I speak
French?
a lot of French too.
Okay, all right.
I speak a lot of
You
French.
speak French. I never hear you speaking French. Supreme. Supreme here somewhere. Okay,
I
she
do.
does. Oh,
I
you
do.
speak
Oh,
French?
I
Okay,
do.
well,
So
I don't really speak French anymore just because I have kids.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
Try to
so-
lead by example.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, otherwise they'll start speaking French back to you, and then you'll be like, "Hey, parlez-vous?" You don't say, "Eh, you to mommy." No, but you talk am first.
Yeah.
You know, so let's not.
So, anyways, that book made me realize that I had gold. And the goal that I had was, I have some real experience that could help someone who's trying to start a business, just not end up like I did. If I could save someone the pain and sort of like show them, oh, this is how to at least get to 1 million. This is how to not shut down and lose all the money. I've got something. So
Great.
I started doing that, and then I morphed it into Launchbox and the membership. So Launchbox is how we help people who want to start a business. You get into the program and we walk you through all the things you need to know to start, and we actually help you launch a business within 90 days. So we
Beautiful.
help you launch it and we help you start making sales. And the membership is geared towards people who have already gone through the launch phase, and then we're teaching you skills. So
Right, to keep you going.
to keep you going.
So you don't,
Exactly.
and also to help you just, group up with other people, I'm sure.
Yes,
And
yeah.
collaborate. So what does 2020 look like for digital entrepreneurs? Like you're an entrepreneur, you're a digital entrepreneur, you're a business powered by technology, you're focused on technology, using it in a very powerful way in your business. What should that look like? What should that picture look like?
I think I'm just going to talk about trends. I don't know how, I hope this answers the question, but I'm going to talk about some things that I noticed is becoming a thing with us at this time. The first one is connection. It should look like connection. The internet is getting it's getting crowded. It's getting rowdier. You could feel
Very
like,
rowdy.
exactly, a lot of people are doing what you're doing. People these days use trying to use it the way we've been using it for a long time, using the internet. And now people are in the connection economy, where people are buying from you as a starting business or brand, specifically because they connect to you as a person. They connect to what your brand is about. That changes everything when you can leverage that. Another thing that I see, two things actually, is content marketing and permission marketing. So for a lot of digital entrepreneurs who are still starting out, I would say give value. Right? People are going to start that connection process when they feel like you're giving a lot of value to them. And permission marketing by Seth Godin is, you have to give something for you to start to build that community that goes beyond just an article or your podcast or videos. You need to get those people into your direct community. Right. So there's that. And
so
another,
then that's them giving you permission to
so
market to them.
So it could be you getting their email addresses, phone numbers, but you have to give them something for
of
that.
value. So that could be, like on our website, you can sign up and receive like an ebook that tells you about, so many different things, because we're creating ebooks. Supreme.
Exactly.
And there's just so much to do, and
Absolutely.
we're hoping that, people can start to use this more. So that's what your digital entrepreneurship business should entail.
Yeah, it's beginning to look like. And there's also community.
Okay. Tell me about that.
Connection economy is beginning to translate to, well, we want a community where we can find other people like us, because people don't want it to be so lonely anymore.
Absolutely.
So if you're able to tap into community, that's a big thing at this point, is people connecting as a group than just me, you on an individual level. There's also that trend.
So community. All right. So if you're building, and I love your points, because I think that when you take connection and you take community and you take permissions and content, you didn't talk about content marketing so much.
Yes.
Okay,
I
talk
didn't
about
talk
that real quick.
What that looks like is, and people are scared to do this, but give away a lot of what you know for free. People are going to pay you to help them when you start to offer that, because it's not just enough to have the knowledge. People are going to need help with implementation. And this is where Google and YouTube, this is where they're having key leg, because I could go on YouTube to figure out how to build a website, but it's one thing to try to YouTube through it. It's another thing to have someone holding your hand and doing it. It took me about 2 months to build my membership site. If I had someone doing it with me who already knew everything, it would take me like a week and,
or even
a couple of days, because now I know how to do it. If I'm doing it with someone, it's going to take them way less of a time. So content is I give away so much for free, so much that people are like, well, how are you going to make money from all of that? But if you look at some of the people who are super big on the internet right now, entrepreneurs,
they're giving away so
there's Gary Vee, there's Marifolio, you have Sonny, then the Juicy, all of these people, and most of them are foreign, sadly, which is where Hellofounder comes in. Like we're just giving it.
This goes back to our original conversation, where we talked about the fact that a lot of founders in Nigeria still cannot give you the nitty gritty.
Yes.
Like, I do this show, and I've been doing this show for the past, we're going on to our 5th year.
Yeah.
And I could tell you that a lot of the people I've spoken to, first of all, we don't have that much time. We got 15 minutes and you got to tell me your whole life, so we don't have that much time. But in the time that we have, a lot of people just don't really want to share that information, because they're like, oh, this is our IP. This is how I'm making money. Oh, this is, too much information, because we're not used as a culture to share that much information. But the whole reason why we started the show and why we're talking to you is so that you can share information with the people. Don't keep it to yourself.
Don't keep it to yourself.
It's not going to hurt your business. And tell us why it's not going to hurt your business.
It still comes down to implementation. Look, people could go on my website or my page, and you could read and be inspired and have like step-by-step processes. But when people are paying you, they're paying you because they trust you. That content builds a kind of trust that they feel like, if she knows this and I connect with what she's about, I'm just going to pay her to come on and really help me now put to practice all of what she's teaching me, right? And it also helps you because the world we're in on the internet now is going beyond, I know this. We're going to a point of, I want to really trust you before I give you my money.
But once I trust you, though, you could have all my money.
Absolutely. You could have all my coins.
Trust me with your coins. Yeah. And I don't want kobo. And I don't want 100 naira. You should bring real money. Cash money. Yeah. All right. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing those nuggets. And from such a young person, I think that's brilliant. Because, I talk to people of different ages and, even though my bones, they're still not there where you are. So, no, I'm not insulting you. Please don't be angry. Okay. So, Truth Serum time. Let's go to a quick break. Okay. When we come back, you're going to tell me some truth. You've been telling the truth, but now I want you to open up.
Okay.
Open your heart.
Okay.
It's a new thing I've been doing. This heart opening. Just open the heart. You know how the heart is like this. Open it up. Okay, we'll be right back. Guys, I hope you guys are having a great time, because I sure am. And you're listening to Faith History and Diamond Okoh. She's on air with us right now. We're on Everything Digital, and we're talking about digital entrepreneurship. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're back, still sitting here with Diamond Okoh of Hellofounder.co. All right, Diamond, it's time for that Truth Serum. All right, let me give you.
Hey, good. I'm a bit anxious now.
Let me give it to you.
What is happening?
Let me give it to you. First, you're going to drink the serum.
Oh my god!
And then I'm just kidding. This is just water.
What is okay? Hey.
It's just water. Nameless water. Please, we're looking for water sponsors. Anyway, did I just say that? Anyways, okay. First question for you. Your previous boss. Picture that person. Picture. What advice, now that you have left, and you're running your own company, what advice would you give to your previous boss?
Hey, God.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, well, first and foremost, shout out to my previous boss.
Shout out.
He has such a big heart, and he wants to help a lot of young people, and he knows how to spot talent. He was really supportive, so I'm just going to give all of that to
All the props.
And okay, so the first thing I would say is don't lie to the people that you hire. So especially when it's a small team, just don't lie. Because when people are coming on your team, especially as a startup, they're coming on because they trust you. It doesn't matter how much money you're fronting. They feel like they can trust you. They feel like they see something in the company you're trying to build, and they want to support that. So don't lie. Second thing I'll say is please pick a location that matches your brand and your target audience. So if you're trying to build a physical thing, a physical or brick and mortar location for your business, try to make it a space that really suits the audience that you're targeting. I'd also say don't blame your team for things that happen.
You got a lot of advice. I only asked for one. She's like,
I'm just
I really
putting
love
out
you.
there,
You're amazing.
But if you ever watch this, I respect you so much, and I just gotta say this: don't blame your team.
Don't blame your team.
Yeah.
All right. And don't ever lie, and don't ever talk to me again. Okay. I added that. No, it's not like that. She's not burning bridges. She's just telling the truth. That's Truth Serum. Okay. This is what we do. We make people tell the truth. Now, what is the most interesting thing about you that you're gonna tell me that nobody will ever learn anywhere else when they look up Diamond Okoh? But on this show, this very today,
oh my God,
we will know it.
The most interesting thing about me, Jesus, does it have to be real deep?
It doesn't have to be deep.
Okay, well, I can wag my ear like a dog.
No.
Yeah.
Your ears?
Kinda. Yeah, I can wag my ears like a dog. I can show you.
Can you show it to
Oh
me?
God. Okay.
Please.
This is
Okay, take up the hair. You want me to hold it up?
Yeah,
Because I'll help you. Because I want to see this.
Okay, so it just goes like.
It's moving.
It's moving. Can we get the camera? Okay, so
Oh
just
my
show it to
God.
the camera.
Hey,
please,
Coach.
because don't think
Okay.
that I'm lying now. That I saw something. Oh my gosh, you could do it. You see that? She move her ears up and down.
I'm not
That
doing
is
it as
so
well because I'm so
cute.
nervous, but
Oh, thank you,
yeah,
sweetheart.
I can do
so
that.
now everybody knows, and you can only see it on this show. So you better go watch our Instagram and YouTube.
that is so weird.
That is so
People
cool.
are going to be like, "That was interesting, guys."
But it is interesting.
I couldn't. Nothing
I
too
can't
deep.
do that with my ear.
Nothing too
See
deep.
me wagging my ear, nothing. Wagging my eye, nothing.
Hi.
Like, dude, I like that. And you know what? I think you're so brave, and I really,
Thank you.
You know, admire you for just being open and just sharing with us and just going with the flow. Like, I really love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
It just shows like your personality. You know what I'm saying? So when Hellofounder blow, I'm just looking at you that girl just because she's fine, she just want to act as if you don't know anybody, don't know. She has a really great personality, so you guys would be like, listen, don't come and before me. No, we know what you can do with your ear.
Oh my God.
You're right. Forevermore, the internet never forgets. Okay, so spotlight on you. Tell us now about Hellofounder. This is your baby.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, you've kind of been telling us throughout the conversation, but now I want you to sell us on it and sell the next generation of Nigerians who are trying to start a business and trying not to make these mistakes that you've made. Why should they join your tribe? Like, why should they?
So I think I already explained what we do, but when it comes down to why, I think the why is that we honestly care. That for me, this business comes from a place of, I really want to help other people avoid making the mistakes that I made. And I deeply care about seeing other people win. And I want more people, because you have this 90% failure rate that startups experience, and everyone in business is like, business is really hard. 90% of new businesses fail in the first year, and this has been going on regardless of information and technology developing. That failure rate is still high. It hasn't moved, and I think the reason is we're still letting a lot of people start like dogs without a leash. So it's like, oh, I have this idea. And you go on YouTube and you go on the internet and all of that, but there's really very little of hold my hand and let me walk you through.
Especially
and
in this landscape.
Especially
so
here.
they might walk you through how to do it in China or how to do it in Brazil,
but not how
to
do
US,
it here.
But not how to
exactly,
do it in Nigeria.
exactly.
With traffic, with no light,
with all of that,
expensive internet, like all of this.
Yeah. So there's not that, and that's really what I'm about and what we're about is I want to help. I want to hold your hand through it. I'm not just going to say, do this, and walk away. I'm going to be on the call with you. But then you also have to be bringing the energy to do the work.
Right.
But this is what makes Hellofounder different from a lot of other brands is we're not just going to give you video courses and walk away. Launchbox specifically is, I want to hold your hand and show it to you. And the membership is, here's how to do the simplest things. Here's how to set up your email marketing process. And this is a step-by-step process. We work you through it. You can ask questions because on YouTube, you can necessarily ask questions, right?
Absolutely.
And then again, it's
or you try and then the next video takes you through this through
all that
wormhole.
maze. But with this is like, this is how to do this. This is the tool to use. This is where to go. This is the next step to take. And then you ask your questions and we answer. You pick up the phone and call, and somebody is going to be on the other end of the phone to say, okay, what's the problem?
Right.
This is what I'm going to do to work you through it. So it's so much more personalized than what you have with a lot of other brands trying to do what
you guys do.
What we do.
What you do. Yeah. All right. And what's the most inspiring feedback that you've ever gotten? Right?
I've gotten so many feedbacks, but something happened today, and I'm just going to use the one I've gotten today because I get feedback all the time.
Right. But today's one is like top of mind. And
today's one has just been because I don't look like it, but I'm having a very tough time with the growth process of what I'm trying to do, right? And I walk in here today and Lydia, who's on your team, goes, hi, Diamond, I'm such a big fan. And I'm like, okay. And she starts talking about how many notes she's taking from the things that I share online. She talks about all the growth she's experienced. She talks about, the things she's been able to bring to her job because of the content I put out. She's just going for like 30 minutes and telling me her experience.
Goodness.
And she's just going and she's asking me questions like, how did you do this and how do you do that? And for me, it was such a surreal moment because this is what I'm about.
Right. And it's happening.
And to see her go through all of that growth. And she's like, I don't want to found a business. I don't want to launch a business or anything. But Diamond, do you have any room for mentoring young women, especially? Because if you do, I'm signing on for it. Because I just connect with your honesty. And I'm sitting there like, oh, wow. This is happening.
Right. And that's beautiful because, from my point of view, I mean, Lydia is a very core member of my team, and she has grown so much just even in the last 3 months. She's growing. Yeah. I mean, everybody's growing so fast, and I'm so proud of them. And, I'm so proud of what you're doing. And imagine if we were just a whole bunch of Nigerians, young Nigerians, who are just growing at this pace. And, everybody just roll up their sleeves and get in where you fit in. I always say, get in where you fit in. Some of us are fitting into the media space where we're going to share and create platforms for you to come talk to people. Some of us are going to be in the startup space where you're going to help other founders. Yeah. Some of us are just going to solve a problem, but everybody should just roll up their sleeves. Some of them are behind the scenes. We've got producers who produce the show. We've got filmmakers who make the videos. Like, we have teams of people. Everybody is skilled at something. It's about building those skills, rolling up your sleeves, and joining forces to create amazing things that help each other. So
absolutely. And
everybody, I need a round of applause.
And I also want to say something is never feel like you don't have something to give, because a lot of people hold back sharing. People think I have to be an expert to help the other person. No, you just have to share what you know, because you know something. You know how to skip a level that I don't know.
Especially when it's experiential.
Oh my God. Right? Especially when you've gone through that process.
You've been through it. You've experienced it.
Yeah.
So just share it. Okay. Absolutely. Don't wait until you're an expert.
No.
Another chance.
Just share it. Show up and share it.
Show up and share it. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. One last thing I'm going to ask you for as a gift, as if you haven't been the gift the whole entire show. But one last gift that I'm going to ask you for is to please give us a plug. You know, this could be a website. In fact, you've given us so much. But, you know, one last gift. It could be a website. It could be an app. It could be a life hack. Something for the listeners.
Just, I mean, I share so much that
it could be new music.
My brain is saturated. Like, okay, which one do I pull? Plug, life hack. I think I'll stick with life hack, plug, app. Oh my God, there's so many things.
Just one thing that you feel like, man, there's somebody listening right now. You just want to bless their lives.
Okay. Life hack. Can it be a piece of advice?
Absolutely.
Everybody looks like they have their shit together. Most of us don't. And the life hack I'm going to put out there is you have everything that you need to move forward. We don't have our shit together. We're all trying to figure it out. So when you look at other people who are above you or past you and you feel like I don't know something that they know, or I don't have the resources, you do know everything to get you going. And trust me, they have their own. It's messy, it's crazy. Believe that you can and just show up and trust your journey. I know it's really hard. So that's what I would say. There's so many apps. I don't even know which one to pick and say use. I'm just going to stick with this piece of advice. Everybody is moving, but I can promise you nobody has it all together. Nobody.
There's always something that everybody has.
There's always
at some point that somebody else might need. So in your mind, you're thinking it's not useful, but we're all trying to get there. Because the person who is in front of you is still trying to get to the next level. Yeah. You're still trying to get to that level. Somebody's behind you trying to get even to your level. Yeah. So imagine that we're all moving.
Just keep moving. I can say that because I know I'm dealing with this situation where it's like, oh my God, I'm here and I'm trying to get there, and it's such a struggle, right? Because you're trying to grow. And she told me today, she said, you just look like you have your shit together. And I'm like,
I do.
I don't. She says, but online you look so put together. I'm like, no, I really, just yesterday I was crying in traffic in my car because I'm like, how do I, and I just heard this voice say, you've got to trust and keep going. This is the reality. It's messy. It's not pretty. You've just got to keep going. Trust yourself and trust your journey. That's what I'd say.
I love her. She opened her heart to us, and I love it so much. Thank you so much, Diamond. And I have to say that you are a diamond, and I'm here for you anytime. Don't be crying in traffic by yourself, girl. You call me.
It happens on some days.
What's going on? This is what I'm dealing with, and I'm happy to talk you through it because I do have a lot of experience, and sometimes I don't share a lot of my experiences because I just feel like they happen in a different life or in a different market, in a different world. And and why would anybody want them? Because I'm just you've had one business fail. You can count me in. I've had several businesses fail. I have a business every 5 years. I'm like, hey, I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. So it's just ongoing, and you just keep going, and and I love what you're doing because of that. Because I wish that when I was younger, when I started trying to be an entrepreneur, that somebody had held my hand or had the resources. The resources were there, but I just didn't find any that catered to me, or I just felt like they were just talking about other businesses that didn't have anything to do with mine, not knowing that they could have helped. So for you to be doing this at this time for young people, I think is important work that you're doing, and I say keep it going. Don't give up. All right, we love having you on the show. You're a friend of the family now, so come back anytime. Okay. You got anything to share? You want to collaborate? We want to train somebody? You want to mentor? Whatever you need, just let us know. Because you got a tribe and you can plug right into them. Okay, so anybody's listening right now, they want to talk to Diamond, they want to follow you on social media, follow your brand, sign up. How do they do that?
So the easiest way to get to me is Instagram, hellofounder.co. You can find me. I respond to most of my DMs. But then you don't show up with hi and just disappear. Actually say something. So hi is not a message. Hi. So actually say something.
You are looking fine today.
Do you get that? Say why you're in the DM.
I do not go into Facebook Messenger for this very reason. Hi. Lovely, beautiful one. And I'm like,
it's creepy. Even the guy is trying to slide into DMs. It's creepy, guys. So
yeah, it's creepy.
it
Don't just
is.
hide and
Don't
you're
just
looking for
hide.
it. No.
Say why you're in there. If you need help with something, if you're trying to just
If you're
say
even
it.
greeting,
If you're
just
even
say,
greeting,
I'm just greeting you.
I'm just,
Please have a lovely day.
Exactly.
Bye-bye.
And I would respond. So hellofounder.co. You could also go on the website, www.hellofounder.co. You can sign on to Launchbox, the membership, send an email. It's all on there. We also have a podcast. It's Hello Founder. So you can tune in and hear what we have to say. And my YouTube channel, Hello Founder.
Nice.
The videos. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds really good. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And as always, guys, you can reach out to us. You can join the tribe. We're on WhatsApp at 0813-888-0585. You might have a question for Diamond, or you might just want to have, a conversation with us about one of the topics that we've talked about on the show. So please do tune in there. And if you want to watch us anywhere, we're on TVC Entertainment on the weekends on Saturday from 2:35 p.m. And we are also on all the radio stations, which you can find on our social media pages on our website, edigitalafrica.com. And until next time, when I bring you more amazing people who are going digital and are going to create all these amazing experiences for you guys to enjoy in Nigeria and beyond, it's goodbye for now from me, your girl, Faith History. Toodles.
Everything Digital is proudly brought to you by MTN. This is a Faith History production.